Guys, welcome to a new tutorial video. On this video I'll be teaching you the upper part of this blouse, the front part and the back part. Okay, so this is the front part and the back part. This blouse is a princess dart bustier, right, that has cape and has like let's say belt on the shoulder area. So the first thing you need to do is to draft out your princess dart bustier. I have a tutorial video on my channel, well detailed on how to draft a perfect princess dart bustier and how to pad up your bustier, right? So you have to watch that video if you don't know how to draft a princess dart bustier, and then you come back for this one. Okay, so for this one I already drafted my princess dart bustier, but the difference between this and a normal princess dart bustier is on the shoulder slope I didn't come down by 1 inch. No, I didn't come down by 1 inch. I did not create that slope on your shoulder area. Why? Because if you look at the blouse part, the shoulder area, you see that they added shoulder pad, right? So because we want to add a shoulder pad, I want to teach you how to add a shoulder pad. That's why I did not slope the shoulder area. You know, normally when you want to cut your shoulder, you slope it by 1 inch, right? So I did not slope my shoulder area. So guys, if you've not subscribed to my YouTube channel, this is the best time to click the subscription button and subscribe, like and share, and click on the notification bells. Okay, so the reason why I'm drafting this bustier from the beginning is I want to show us how to get the shape by the side. So if you look at the blouse, you see that it has a really contoured waist area, right? And then the bottom part, that's the length of the blouse, is curvy. So the main thing is from the waist area, from your waist area. Make sure that you measure your under bust and your waist area to give it that shape. Okay, so now I've drafted out my princess dart bustier. I'm going to cut it out. Okay, like I said earlier, please watch the detailed tutorial on how to draft a princess dart bustier on my channel, then you come back for this one. All right, so now I'm done with my princess dart bustier. Now by the sides I went up by 1 inch. By the side of the blouse I went up by 1 inch to give it that curvy shape, not just a straight blouse. Okay, you know there's a difference between making an Igbo blouse and a curvy blouse. Okay, this is the type of blouse that somehow is trending, especially when you're making your English outfits. Okay, so now after drafting my front bodice, the next thing I'm going to do is to draft my back bodice. Okay, and then the neck part, the neck depth, I dipped the neck of the front by 3 inches. Okay, you can see that the shoulder area I did not slope it. I didn't come down by 1 inch. That was what I was trying to explain earlier. So after drafting the front, I've drafted the back. Now I want to show you for the back, I came down by 1 inch. Normal measurements for your back neck depth. Okay, I came down by 1 inch to create my neck depth for the back. So the front is 3 inches deep, the back is 1 inch deep. Now to create the shape for your zipper allowance area, right, so that to remove the bulging of your back, you know when you fix your zip and it's bulging at the back, so at your waist area you go in by 1/2 inch. At your waist area, since it's a blouse, right, at your waist area, that's your half length, you go in by 1/2 inch, and then you cut out your zipper allowance area like so, right? You give it that shape, the shape of a back, your back slopey. You see that the waist area, that's that half length area, I went in by 1/2 inch. So when you're fixing your zip, still follow the same line. You see how curvy that waist area is. So that's how to achieve remove the whole bulginess of the back area. All right, so we're done with cutting. The next thing we're going to do is to sew. So now if you're going to be using a lining, you cut your lining the same way you cut your main fabric. Okay, so the fabric I'm using is a bridal satin, so you can cut your lining you have to cut your lining the same way you cut your main fabric. Okay, and then you join your bustier area. Now you can decide, since it's an English dress, you can decide to either add your breast pad or not. That's on your preference, okay? But what I always tell my students is, if you draft a princess dart bustier perfectly, you see that the breast area will be standing. Can you see? Even without your breast pad. So I've joined the princess dart bustier for the front and the back. Now the next thing I'm going to do is to join the shoulder area, okay, by 1/2 inch. Now when I've joined the shoulder area, the next thing now is to get our cape, the shape of our cape. So the first thing I'm going to do is to first of all get the cape. So the cape for the front part, okay? So I've gotten my paper, my brown paper, right? I placed the front part, can you see, on top of the brown paper. Can you see? And I'm just going to trace out the front neckline first, okay? Now I intentionally decided to trace it one after the other so that we won't get confused, okay? You can easily trace both the front and the back parts together. You can easily trace it, but I just want to show us how to trace it one after the other. All right, so this is the front neck part, right? Just the front. Now we'll determine how wide we want our cape to be, okay? So after getting your neck shape, you determine how wide you want your cape to be. So I'm going to be using 2 inches wide. So by the sides, I'm going to extend the cape, that's the length of the cape, by 2 inches. Can you see? And I'm going to mark 2 inches right round. All right, can you see? I'm going to mark my 2 inches right round from one edge to the other edge. So when I'm done, I'm going to cut out this cape. So this is how to get the front part of our cape area. So if you have any question up to this point, please let me know in the comment section and I'll try my best to explain to you, okay? And if you've not watched that tutorial on how to draft a princess dart bustier, please watch it on my channel, okay? So now I've gotten it. If you can't draw a curvy line freehand, please use your curved ruler, okay? Now this is our front cape. Please always label your whatever you draft out on paper. Always label it. So we're going to cut this out. So when we're done with this front part, the next part we're going to cut is the back cape. Remember, I said you can cut them both together. I just want us to see the process, okay? You can choose to cut them together. You can choose to cut them separately. The most important thing is we will get, at the end of the day, we will get the desired shape we want and we will get the same finishing, okay? So that's the front part. Now we'll be cutting the back part, okay? So you place the back neck, one part of the back neck area. Can you see? Place it on your pattern paper like so. Can you see? And just trace out the neck area just as we traced for the front part. All right, so you trace out the neck area like so. Can you see what I'm doing? You trace the neck area. Then when you get to the zipper allowance area, right, you still come down by the same 2 inches because you know the length of our cape is 2 inches, right? So we're maintaining that. Now you mark out the other 2 inches by the side. That's the length of our cape. Now if you watch closely, you see that the 2 inches I'm marking, I'm not marking it straight. I'm marking it slantly, not straight. Do you get? That's at the edge. I mark it slant, not straight. Then we'll connect it. Now, this is the drill. Now, on that zipper allowance area, you go in by 2 inches or 1.5 inch at most at the bottom area. You go in. Okay, I went in by 1.5 inch, right? Now, you ask me why. If you look at what we are trying to explain, if you look at the outfit, you see that the cape, the shape of the cape is as if it's not as if it's diagonal somehow. Do you get? So that's why we went in by 1.5 inch. Do you understand? So if you look at the shape of the back cape, you see that they are both diagonal. Do you get? So to get that diagonal shape, you have to go in by 1.5 inch. So that's what I did. All right, hope you understand this part. Now I'm going to label this part the back cape. You see the importance of labeling your patterns so that you won't get confused and you won't mix it. So now it's time for us to cut the cape. Now before you cut, see, I've placed it. Can you see how it's looking? You see that it's not entering the zipper allowance area. Can you see? So now the next thing I'm going to now join the front cape to the back cape. This is how the front cape looks. Can you see? Can you see how it looks? Can you see how it looks? So we've gotten our front cape and then we've gotten our back cape. Now I'm going to join the front and the back cape together with my masking tape. Okay, because you know the cape is going to come in one form. It's not just going to be, you're not going to start attaching the front and the back, showing different stitches. It won't look neat. Okay, so you use your masking tape or any tape that you have available to attach the side, that's the back cape, to your front cape, right? Just very simple. Can you see? So it's now one piece. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So that when you place it, can you see? It's now in one piece. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So now we're going to cut it on our fabric, okay? So you get your bridal satin. You first of all get your center, the midpoint of your cape. Can you see what I'm doing? I folded my cape into two like so. Can you see? I wanted to get the midpoint, the middle of our cape, right? So I'm going to notch it, and then I'll get my bridal satin and fold it. Can you see what I'm doing? You are folding it because of the center front area is closed. Remember, you place it on top like so. Can you see how it's looking? Can you see how I placed it? I didn't place it straight. It's curvy because it's your neck area, right? And then you're going to add 1/2 inch sewing allowance at the bottom part, not at the neck part. You know, the neck part is the upper part. That's your neck measurement. So you add 1/2 inch allowance by the sides, can you see, and at the bottom area 1/2 inch sewing allowance. Hope we understand this part. So when you add it right round and then you now cut it out. Hope you understand up to this point. Please, if you have any question, let me know in the comment section, okay? So now I've gotten my cape and I'm going to cut 2 pieces of this. Right, so you're going to cut 2 pieces of this on your bridal satin or any material you're working with. Okay, so you're going to cut 2 pieces of this. One of the pieces is going to serve as your lining, the material you're going to use to interface it to turn up your cape. Do you get? That's why you're going to cut 2 pieces so that your neckline is going to look neat. Hope you understand. So when you cut your both piece, the next thing you're going to do is to turn up the neck, the cape area, right? You're going to turn up the cape area. So I'm going to show you how to turn up your neck area so that it will be neat, so that your stitches will be neat, so that your work will be neat, look professional. Okay, so now this is my first piece. I'm going to cut my second piece and make sure you notch your center front. All right, so when I'm done cutting it, right, this is how it looks. Can you see? We have 2 pieces of this. Okay, so now we're going to turn it up as I said earlier. So the first thing we're going to do, place the right sides on each other. The right sides, that's the front parts, will be facing each other. The front parts will be facing each other. Then you close the bottom of your cape. You close the bottom. Can you see where my hand is tracing? You close it up. That's, you join both of them together. All right, so when you join it, you turn it up. I joined from the side. You get from the side to the other side. I did not join the neck area, right? Now you notch it and then you turn up. Can you see that the neck area is open? I joined from the side to the bottom. Okay, do you get? So this is both the front and the back cape together. Do you get? So when you turn it up, remember to iron, and then you match down the neck area. You match it down, not turn up, you match it down. Okay, so now it's time for us to fix it to our blouse. Hope you understand up to this part. Now you get your blouse. The first thing you need to do is to get your center front. You notch the center front of your blouse before even pinning it to your blouse. Notch the center front. Most times, why we need to notch our center front or create our notches will guide you on how to sew your fabric. It will guide you on how to sew it. All right, so you first of all notch your center front. Now, since I've already notched the center front of my cape, is going to be very easy. I just need to pin both notches together. Do you get? So you notch the center front too of your cape. It's going to make your work easier for you. Now if you watch, you see that I'm pinning the cape inwardly, inside, not outside. Do you get? I'm pinning the cape inside. Can you see? Can you see how I'm doing it? I'm pinning the cape inside, please, not outside. So you first of all join your cape to your neckline like so, inwardly, inside, guys, inside. I'm pinning it inside, okay, not outside. The cape is inside, okay. So now I've joined it. Can you see how it's looking? This is how yours is supposed to look first, okay. Now I'm removing my pin. Now what I'm going to do, you see that the back cape is not touching the zipper allowance area. It gave room for our zipper allowance where we're going to fix our zip. You see the reason why we went in diagonally when we were cutting our back cape, right? So now you flip your cape in outwardly. Can you see? You flip it outside to the front part of your dress. Can you see how it's looking? Can you see the neck area? That it's very neat. You can't even see how we joined it. Can you see how neat it's looking? So when you fix yours, this is how it should look. This is how neat it should look. If you want your work to look professional and look neat, right? You see that the stitches are inside. Okay? So now the next thing you're going to do is notch. After notching, then you match it down. Or you first of all match it down first. So you place it like so. Can you see? And match it down. Now, mind you, I'm not going to match it down on the cape. No, I'm going to match it down inwardly, inside. I'm going to match it down inside. So you can still decide to match yours down on the cape, but most times it doesn't look nice. Okay, so I've matched it down inwardly. Now you ask me, why are you matching it down? Just to make the neck part relaxed. Okay, if you don't match it down, it will be flying up. The cape will be flying up. But if you match it down, the neck area, the stitches of the neck area is going to be relaxed. Do you get? So I've matched it down now. If you watch, you see that the stitches that I made are inside, not outside. You can't even see it on the cape area. So this is how to make a neat work, a neat cape for your outfit, for your clients, right? So the next thing you're going to do is to, can you see what I'm saying? The matching down, I did it inwardly, inside. Can you see? Not outside. So the next thing you're going to do is to fix your zip. Remember, I created my zipper allowance. So you fix your zip and then you shape your outfits. Okay? Now I'm also going to teach you how to make the sleeves of this dress. It's very simple, but I'm just going to still show you. Okay? So guys, please, if you've not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please click on the subscription button and subscribe, like, watch the videos and share. Okay? So guys, I've joined the sides. Can you see the shaping of the bottom part, the waist area? Can you see how neat the princess that bustier is? Now can you see the neck, the cape area of the back? You see it's not touching, it did not disturb the zip area. You see, that's why we slanted it then when we're cutting it. Now it's time for us to fix the sleeves. Okay, now for the sleeves, very simple. Measure your sleeve length. Your sleeve length is going to be from your shoulder to your elbow. Okay, from your shoulder to your elbow. I've gotten my sleeve. I have a tutorial on how to draft a basic sleeve, both freehand and drafting, pattern drafting, so you can watch the tutorial on how to draft a sleeve. So now for the sleeve area, if you watch, you see that there's an attached stuff to the sleeve, to the length of the sleeve. So I already drafted out the shape of what I want, of how it looks. Okay, so now what you need to do is to get how long you want it to be. So I want mine to be the longer part. I want it to be 3 inches long. Can you see? Then the shorter part is going to be 2 inches long. Can you see what I'm doing? Right now you connect both from the 3 inches to the 2 inches. Can you see what I'm saying? And then you cut it out. Now the bottom part, right? The bottom part is going to be your round sleeve. Your round sleeve measurement now. Can you see? This is 4. Can you see? So that's what is going to be your bottom part, because that's where you're going to attach it to your dress. Then you get the length of the, let's call it a cuff, the cuff for your sleeves. Okay, and then just to get the shape, we'll now cut it out. Now you're going to cut 2 pieces of this because you're going to turn it up, right? We are making a knit stitch, so you're going to turn it up. So you first of all fix your sleeves to your shoulder first. That's the first thing you need to do. After fixing your sleeve to your shoulder, then the next thing you need to do is to cut 2 pieces of this, right? Because as I said earlier, we're going to turn it up. Okay, so you're going to turn up the upper part and the sides. Okay guys, hope you understand this. This sleeve is very unique, it's very beautiful. Okay, so now you're going to not top stitch, you're going to turn it up. Okay, open it up like so and then turn up. Hope we understand this tutorial, guys. Hope we understand it. Yeah, we're almost coming to the end of the tutorial. So now I'll go to my machine and turn it up and bring it back for you. So I've fixed my sleeve. Can you see? I've turned up the cuff. Let's just call it a cuff, right? The sides. Can you see? Now I'm going to match down the bottom area. Can you see? So when you're done matching it down, you notch the center, the midpoint. Okay, so that midpoint that you've notched, right, you're going to do the same thing for your sleeve. You're going to notch the midpoint of your sleeves too. Okay, now you're going to pin both of them together. Now, as I always say, that when you're making an English outfit, right, all you need, not just an English outfit, any outfit, we all need to make a neat inseam finishing. Like your work should be neat. Okay, now we can easily fix this like so and then weave it, but the best way to do it is to sew it inside, inwardly, just as we sew the cape area inwardly. That's the same way we are going to sew these cuffs to our sleeve, right? And the reason is just very simple: to create a neat work. Can you see how I'm doing it? So you first of all pin the center front of the sleeves to the cuff, and then you pin the sides too. Can you see the reason why I said the measurement you use for the bottom part is your round sleeve measurement? Can you see how both of them sit perfectly? Do you get? Can you see? So I'm pinning it inwardly. Let me fix it in so that you see what I'm trying to say. Can you see? So now you're going to sew right round it. Okay, inwardly, it's inside. Okay, so you're going to sew right round. So when you're done sewing it, can you see I'm done sewing it? I'm going to flip it up, bring it out, can you see, and then flip it up. Now can you see how neat it's looking? Can you see how neat it's looking? So it's better you sew it like this instead of just joining it and then weaving it. It doesn't look neat. Okay, it doesn't look professional. Okay, so this is how to achieve the sleeves of that outfit. Can you see how lovely it is? Can you see how beautiful it is? Can you see how neat? The most important thing is how neat it is looking. Your work should be neat. Even if you're a good designer, if your work is not neat, it doesn't make sense. Okay, so these are just the simple tricks you need to use, just very simple, for your outfits. Okay, so now the last thing we're going to do is to create the belt on the shoulder area. So it's very simple. All you need is your bridal satin again. You choose the part of the shoulder you want your belt to be at. Right now you measure the length of your belt. Okay, now you decide if you want the shorter one to be 10 inches or 16 inches. Depends on this particular part. Now depends on your preference, what your client wants, right, and the availability of your fabric. So I'm just going to get my bridal satin, get the length, right, and then I'm going to cut it out. This is just very simple. If you know how to create a belt, even if you don't know how to create a belt, it's very simple. Just shape the tip of your belt as if you're creating a belt for a child's outfit. Okay, so you get your desired length, and if you look at the picture, you see that the belt is not joined. It's just one belt that was just folded on each other. All right, so it's not joined. So all you need is just to cut out a long strip fold it like so. Can you see? One is going to be longer than the other, and then you shape the tip, right? You shape the tip. That's just it. So when you're done shaping the tip, the next thing you need to do is to what? To close it up, to turn it up. So this is the wrong side. So you first turn it up and leave a space that you used to fold it right inside out. Hope you understand. So when I've sewn it like this, can you see? I left a space, opened it up, and then I'm going to turn it inside out, turn the front part. Hope you understand this part. So this is just very simple. Turn it up like so, and then you get your front part. Please remember, as you're working, please remember to iron. Ironing makes the work easier and neater. Okay, you close up that part you used to turn it up, iron your work, and then we're good to go. The last thing for you to do is to fix your belt. Okay, so you fold your belt like so, and then you pin it. You first of all pin it to the desired part you want it to be, okay, before you now stitch it to your fabric. Can you see? So guys, this is how to create this beautiful blouse on this elegant lady. And if you have any question regarding this tutorial, let me know in the comment section. I'll try my best to explain further and better to you. Okay, so this is how to get your outfit. This is how neat it looks. So if you want to work with a lining, you can still work with your lining. Just follow the same steps on this video, on this tutorial, and you're good to go. Okay, so this is how to get your outfit, and I hope this tutorial was helpful to you. So now for the shoulder area, I forgot, this is your shoulder pad. It's an already made shoulder pad. Okay, so all you just need to do is to fix it on the shoulder area, maybe after you're done fixing your sleeves or before fixing your sleeves and your shoulder is padded up. So thank you guys for watching. If this tutorial was helpful to you, please click on the subscription button and subscribe, like, and share the tutorial video. Okay, thank you to my old subscribers, thank you to my new subscribers, and see you on my next tutorial. Bye.